there are other big names that will come out in relation to these charges. He says the day will come, you said this, when you start naming names. When will that day be, and how big are these names that we're talking about?
Yeah, people are very interested in that, of course. That comment has been repeated back to me, as you might imagine, many times. People are, waiting with bated breath, hoping that, I'm going to name these big celebrity names. But I can tell you this, I look at it in this context. If you attended one of these events, and we're talking about, we've heard about the white party and the freak offs and the after parties, but there's also, impromptu parties at studios, after parties from concerts, album release parties, hotel parties. I mean, the list goes on and on. But in my view, if you attended those and you saw or knew that somebody was being given drugs, that their drinks were being drugged, and you sat by and either participated in some of this activity or encouraged this activity or allowed it to go on and helped cover it up, or were in the room while it was happening and said nothing and did not intervene, and perhaps attended more of these parties knowing that this type of conduct was going to occur. It's my view. That may not be the criminal justice system's view, but it's certainly...
Emergence of controversial footage linking him to the rapper's infamous parties. A resurfaced video shows Hart at a 2010 event hosted by Diddy, where he is seen in a lively setting surrounded by scantily clad attendees. This footage has gained renewed attention amid Diddy's recent legal troubles. In September 2024, Diddy was arrested on serious federal charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering. Investigations have revealed that some of his parties, dubbed freak-offs, are central to these allegations. Authorities reportedly discovered extensive video evidence and other materials during raids on his properties. When questioned about his involvement, Hart has been evasive. During a recent outing, he responded to inquiries with, "You're asking the wrong person the wrong question," indicating his desire to disassociate from the situation. Legal representatives for the alleged victims have suggested that more individuals connected to Diddy may be implicated as investigations continue. While Hart has not been accused of any wrongdoing, his presence at the controversial events has subjected him to public scrutiny. As the case unfolds, Hart appears focused on maintaining his professional image and steering clear of the ongoing controversy.
Dirty Money album release party last year in Paris. It's crazy. I decided to switch scenes, got too hectic down there. I'm up here in the hot tub, doing it official. You know what I'm saying? My Trey's up here, Fab's up here. When you have a scene like this, you got.
Kevin Hart is now distancing himself from Diddy after the rapper's recent arrest on sex trafficking charges. Old footage from Diddy's notorious parties is coming back into the spotlight, including a 2010 event at New York's London hotel that Hart hosted. The party was filled with celebrities and women in bikinis. Although Hart and others at the event haven't been accused of any crimes, attorney Tony Busby, who represents over 120 alleged victims, suggests that more names tied to Diddy could surface as the investigation deepens.
They say the other male is an A-list celebrity.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith. He's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy? That's black. That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you got to realize he ran with that that Rat Pack. And I don't even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? His name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So there's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy, and they're gonna have to bring that to forefront because the prosecutor's gonna want those tapes, and they're gonna do whatever they have to do legally to get those tapes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So we just better hope for his sake, that that's just a bunch of bull crap. But then there's lawyers out there saying, yeah, the tape does exist. Lawyers got on television to say the tapes exist. I don't really know or trust that, because they was trying to say he had a tape with one of the bodyguards and this lady that came out. So we don't know what to think until we actually see that, and we get that version. You remember we had that bootleg version of R. Kelly tape?
Yeah, I remember that.
They don't even bootleg. Yo, they don't even bootleg no more, man. So it's going to be hard to figure it out if it does exist.
Do you believe the guy in the tape is white?
If he's bigger than Diddy and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young, he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people. Man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he was not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber. Allegedly. I don't know, bro. But this is the world that we live in now, man. That these individuals thinks it's all right. Bruh. When does it comes all right to be sitting there eating food off a naked woman? When did we start doing what they do? Let's keep it a buck. When did we start doing what they do? These guys is popping pills. We got Jay-Z dancing with a chick that's into.
In a separate viral TikTok clip, Kevin Hart is seen sitting in a bathtub, holding a microphone. One woman in a bikini is beside him, while another is lounging in the background.
It's the split of male and female alleged victims.
It's about 25 out of the 120, but as you might imagine, since we did the press conference, that number is growing.
Sorry, 25 minors or?
25 minors out of the 120 clients. Yes, sir. And the minors, they kind of fall into two categories. One would be the category of individuals with stars in their eyes trying to break into the entertainment industry, who were either scouted or somehow found their way to a studio or to a location where they were being screened, and either the allegation is Mr. Combs himself or those around him involved took advantage of these people in some sort of quid pro quo to try to make them a star. And, in some of these cases, it was the parents who were essentially handing their child off to a group of people that they trusted and who they thought were going to make their child a star. That's one group. The second group of minors would be individuals who were recruited, whether it be in a hotel lobby, whether it be at a show from the crowd, invited to a after concert party that made its way to a hotel, whether it be to some of the parties that we all heard about. They went there at age 16. There's a few that, for instance, attended a party in the Hamptons and they were only 16 and taken advantage of there. So it really runs the gamut. But, the allegations obviously are very egregious. We have to be very careful and responsible about how we pursue these. These are individual cases, will be filed. Each case will live or die on its own merits. Each case will have one or more defendants.
In that same TikTok clip, Kevin Hart is later seen standing next to Diddy, who's calmly sipping a drink while Hart delivers an intense rant. The footage highlights Hart's past connection to Diddy, but is not the only one. As the scandal grows, there's speculation that other major celebrities like Will Smith, Justin Bieber, and Usher could also come under FBI scrutiny.